Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show. Yeehaw!
Every day in America, suicides among the American military number at least 22 per day. This is far too many, but this number is a baseline. It is probably far greater, sadly. In conjunction with the movie The Keeper, which highlights a veteran who is suffering from PTSD and is contemplating ending his life, but decides not to do so and gets better. We want to help people remember and have in front of them the information that they need to highlight this tragedy and to hopefully reach out and help someone who is struggling in the same way as some of those were on the name tapes that our character carried throughout the movie The Keeper. So for 22 days, the Southern Fried Podcast is going to keep a sad number. We're going to keep a running tally using the baseline number 22, starting on September 2nd. And each day that we're on the air, we'll give the updated numbers. We want to highlight this not to promote a number, but to make a difference. There may be someone you know you need to reach out to, listen to, get the information to them. There's not a one-size-fits-all, but we need to let our veterans know that we care, we want to help, and that there's resources for them. The Southern Fried Podcast is committed to do their part to bring this number down. 1 is too many. 22 is an atrocity. And good evening.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to the Southern Fried Podcast and Cornbread Nation Mama Said Show here at Command Headquarters, where we're on Hurricane Watch. We'll be referencing that throughout the show and the week as we're tracking. I don't even know if it's got a name.
It doesn't have a name yet.
Bad Boy Leroy Brown. I don't know.
It'll be named Helene if it obtains hurricane strength. And they are forecasting it to do. So, here, I'll throw some. How about we just chunk some information up on it real quick? I got it pulled up here. Let's see. We've got, I don't know how well that's going to come up. There you go. This is where they're forecasting it to come through. They're forecasting it to get me and you. Of course, hopefully it will die down quite a bit before it gets to you.
I cannot even remember ever seeing one do that. I just got to think that it's going to shift, but we'll see. We'll see. Shift out to the ocean, go terrorize some marine life out there, but yeah. So we'll see. That's a lot of time between now and then.
Yeah.
My God only has to breathe on it just a little bit and can push that thing wherever he needs to. So we're just going to pray about it for us. Yeah. But we hope, we don't want anybody's path. I'm not suggesting to push it on anybody. I'd love for it to dissipate and just go away, but this too shall pass. But definitely on the lookout for a lot of rain, a lot of wind.
Yeah.
But gas stations hiking the price of gasoline up.
Yeah.
They like to do that.
If y'all are in this zone, now it's time to get ready. Don't wait till Wednesday night. go ahead. If you got a little bit extra water on hand, if you got a little bit extra gas on hand, go ahead. You ain't saying go through and wipe out the grocery store, but now's the time to start getting prepared, not later on down the road. You know?
Milk and bread will be gone.
Yep. See. How you doing there, Tire Man? Michael says we had one in the 90s that came in strong, wide open through North Georgia.
Well, we had some, pretty good. Well, kind of, sort of. I mean, it wasn't nothing like what you're dealing with down there, but we did have some winds and stuff. But I don't ever remember one being really, really bad. Widespread, chaos or anything. But yeah, and there's a chance we could get some. We could. I just say most of the time they shift.
Yeah, there's some stuff in
and sometimes.
Interesting though.
There's a lot that can happen while it's still in the Gulf.
Yeah. Maybe another storm will kick up and it just shift its direction entirely.
Well, maybe them, Helene and John will hook up and just roll around out there in the sea and be turbulent and then dissipate.
Yeah.
But yeah, folks, supply, batten down some things. Other than that, if you're in the danger zone, get out. If you think it's going to come your way down there where it could be a Cat 3. Some people don't. But yeah, if you wait, you'll not be able to get any plywood or any generators, kerosene, all that stuff will be gone.
Yeah.
And if you're planning on traveling, everything will be coming out. So if you got a vacation plan, that could be disrupted for sure.
Yeah. Brother Earl was telling me about the folks that are planning on going to Daytona this weekend. I'm like, I don't think I'd be going to Daytona this weekend. Amen to that. That'd probably be the worst part about it. No rutabagas.
No rutabaga.
I'm telling you, Michael, if we get some rutabagas, we can teach you how to cook some rutabagas. You have some moon folk in your life, I'm telling you. We can do it. We'll work on that. I'll send you that recipe. You may already have
he just wants to, No. He just wants to hang them around his neck. He don't want to eat them. He just wants to attract females.
Those things are covered in wax, dude. You don't want to hang them around your neck. They wax coat them so they keep longer.
He's not going to eat them. It's just decoration.
I know, but that wax will come off on his shirt. Mess his shirt. Sorry, the cat's trying to get me. She scared me.
Well, are you saying that he's a sissy if he can't wear a shirt and it comes off, or he can't wash them or whatever? I mean, he just wants to put them around his neck. He might not even put them around his neck. He may just have them hanging up in a place.
Oh, okay.
What?
No, just making sure.
Making sure what? Where's your brain? You thinking bad thoughts down there in South Georgia? I was up here being nice and going on.
We've been picking on each other pretty hard this evening, so my mind's. I'm trying to cover my bases here.
I thought Cat was fixing to jump on you or something the other day. He was hollering so much.
She was. Oh, I got something I got to send and put up here. Hang on. Y'all, you keep going here. I got something I got to send and put up. I like to have lost my life today.
Yeah, Cat is the problem, Tire Man.
Huh?
What?
Yeah.
The cat is the problem.
That's right. That's right.
The cat is the problem.
They are tricky.
Yeah. My dog is a barking. Or her dog is a barking.
My best friend gave me a flower.
Well, that's pretty.
But yeah. Yeah, if
Okay. Had a pretty good day. It was a good day at work. Sorry, my yapping dog, they just come in. So the yapping dog is happy that Kaylee is home. So I don't know why she's yapping. Usually that quiets her up. She's excited. I'm not real sure.
Did you keep them all straight at work today? That's always an important thing to do.
Yeah, I don't know about straight. We had a good day. We had a good day. Everybody was busy. We had a lot going on. But everybody was good. We want to thank we had a late night last night. It was a great night. I think Michael was in there with us just about all the way. It's just amazing when you're having a really good time. Things just fly by. We were talking politics. We got into some other stuff and had Juliet Chickbait in here, Michael, and we bantered back and forth and everything. Next thing I know, it's getting kind of late. But then we stayed in and had a talk about just life and different things. And then she cut a nice promo for us, and so we appreciate her. And we put that out there. I put it out there on the streams, and it's gotten a lot of attention. So we appreciate her doing that. Go see her channel on YouTube, Chickbait True Crime. I did watch the last episode she did, so we'll start reviewing some of those. And we'll probably get together and do she did it in such a way it was really good. She did it where she could actually use it for herself, or we could use it. It's really nice how she ended that, which really wasn't the end. We clipped the end because I didn't know she was going to keep going. So I missed about 3 seconds of continued speaking, but it wasn't bad. It just stopped. So, but we appreciate her. And I did send her some coffee money. And she got that today and said it made her day, and she appreciated it. And, so I'm hoping that she will make a video. I challenged her to make a video of going to get coffee, and in the place that she lives. Kids, hold on a second.
Okay,
I'll be right back.
All right. So today was very, very touchy for me. And I got to wait for Dave to get back for this because he'll absolutely love this. Just for y'all to understand, I have an innate fear of spiders. I do not like them. I don't want to see them. I won't even touch the page of a book if they're on it. If I take a picture of one with my phone, then I have to go through and delete it because I can't touch my phone if there's a spider on it. I just can't do it. I don't like it. Don't like them. Think they're creepy, ugly little things that just don't like them. Much rather deal with a snake than I had a spider. Don't like spiders. Not even a little tiny bit. So my uncle calls me today. He's got a package being delivered and he wants me to go move his package. So I go to move his package. And I've got this path where the old driveway used to be. There's a ditch there now. I just step across the ditch and I walk up the path through the little hedgerow there. Yeah. Well, a little buddy of mine had built him a nice big old web there. And yeah, he was waiting on me to show up. Now, I don't know if y'all can see this little guy right here, but that's my fingers in comparison to him. And my hand's a pretty good ways away from him because I am not getting close to him if I can help it. But that's within range for him to jump. If he'd have jumped on me, I'd still be running, or I'd have just died right then. But look at the size of that sucker. I tore his web down, moved him, everything out with a big old limb. Went around the other way. I wouldn't even walk up through there because I got to thinking maybe there's another one. Okay, so maybe that makes me a sissy. I don't know. But I wish y'all would look at that thing. He's huge. No, not doing it. Not even a little bit. No. I think I'll take that off the screen. And now maybe Dave won't see it. And that way he won't be picking on me about it. Michael, would you pick up a spider that size there? Would you get one that size? Let him crawl across your hand. I mean, I've seen tarantulas that weren't as big as that thing. Nope. You are the spider. Well, I know it's just an icky, old, creepy, worthless, nasty looking spider, but it was out. It wasn't in the house. It wasn't around the cats. It was in the trees where it belonged. No.
Spiders.
Shh. Oh, I might as well go ahead and show you. You'll catch on here.
Oh, I saw it.
Did you see him?
I'd see it. I didn't see all of them.
Do you like spiders? Are you afraid of spiders?
I'm not afraid of them. I don't like them. I'm more afraid of the web because when you hit a spider web, you don't know where the spider's at because it's usually in the dark, and then you're trying to figure out where the spider's at. I have no great fear of spiders. I don't want them on me.
Look at the size of that thing.
Well, he would make. I think I could make a good shoe imprint on him on the ground.
Yeah, I could have died. If that thing had bit me, I probably would have died. If it had got on me, I probably would have died. If it had looked at me too hard, I probably would have died. No.
I have no fear of those things. I don't want to be bit because those things can happen. I don't want creepy, crawly things like that around me. I'm probably more. If I had fear, it's probably more of a rabid dog or a dog that could do great damage to you. That's out of control. That people have raised the wrong way and stuff like that. I mean, going by somebody's house and you don't know if you're walking, you don't know if the dog's going to run out because they're the kind of people that don't take care of their dogs right. That can be scary.
Yeah,
because you can get really well. You got a 40, 50 pound dog come running at you. Good likelihood you're going to go down. If you go down, then it's on. They hit you just right, and you hit a knee or something. I mean, they can just brush your leg right, and you're falling. Once you sort of go, the gravity's taking over. So it's where you live, it's not that big a deal probably because unless it's a stray. But in the area that I live, there's dogs everywhere, and so there's always going to be that one. So
I bet that would be kind of eerie. You don't know, I don't really think about it around here too much, but you're walking down the road and here comes a dog that you don't know, and he gets hold of you.
You don't know if they're friend or foe. They might act friendly and not be, or they might act mean and be a pushover. You just don't really know when you're doing that. I mean, what is the what's the danger here? When we were used to the counties toughened the laws up and everything, but when we were teenagers, there's a road 2 streets over from me. It's a big hill, and we used to like to ride the bikes down it because you could really build up some nice speed and everything. But one night we went to go down that hill. It was dark. We was having a camp out, and we had our bikes, and a couple of us, 3 of us went to go down that hill. I think it was 2 of us, me and my best friend. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this. I'm not exaggerating. About 20 dogs came after us, and we were going downhill, pedaling with all we had, downhill, trying to get away from them. They were snapping at our feet. I mean, before we got up speed, they were all over us, and I thought they were going to knock us down. And so we got back and we were telling some other kids about it, and they're like, "Oh, y'all are sissies. Y'all are this. There wasn't that many dogs." I said, "Okay, go do it."
Mm-hmm.
And they said, "We'll be back in about 20 minutes and we'll tell you how silly you are and scared you are." Well, the dogs had already been sort of alerted since we went down the hill. So they were like laying in wait, expecting it to happen again. And now they had, I think, 3 or 4 riders. A couple of them came back with some ripped pants and shoes. And I think one of them did almost get knocked off the bike, and the others had to slow down to kind of rescue him. They came back. I mean, they didn't have much to say other than, "I'm thankful we're alive." I mean, a pack of dogs coming at you.
Yeah.
That's tough, you know.
And see, now we do hear dogs around here sometimes, and I keep hoping that it's more like coyotes or something. But because I don't like it when dogs pack up. They
Yeah.
don't. They're not. That's not a good thing.
No, it's not a good thing.
Mm-mm.
Not a
They
good
can
thing. Can be
get
really, really bad.
get an attitude quick. Mm-mm-mm.
Well, and when you go to somebody's house, 9 times out of 10, they tell you the dog doesn't bite, the dog bites.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh, he
worry.
don't.
He don't bite or she don't bite. And next thing you know, there's a chunk out of your leg. You're like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened. He never did that before. He doesn't do it to us. And you're like, yeah, but you are family. I am
Yeah.
a visitor. I am an enemy to them. They don't know my intention. That's that.
Mm-hmm.
That right there is an ignorant dog owner. They're not in tune with their dog.
No.
You got to know your animal. You got to know what spooks them. You got to know, their mannerisms and their behavior. You can tell if you know your dog or cat. You kind of know. Well, cats kind of crazy sometimes. A cat
Yeah.
can turn. Oh, don't tell me, man. I know. Cats can turn quickly.
If you do something they don't like, they'll turn real quick.
I had a guy say today, he said, when they're kittens, they're, you pet them and they're playful and all that. When they're older, they're cuddly and all that. He said, but in the middle, they're the devil. In the middle, from the time that they stop becoming a kitten until they become elder, they're the
Yeah.
devil.
Jeannie refers to that as the teenage years. And
The
Chuck
teenage
is right
years.
there. Yeah, Chuck is getting right up into that. He's not really a kitten. I still call him my little sweetie kitten, but he ain't so little no more. He takes up my whole lap now. Mm.
Nice.
But you know
Nice.
what? You get his paw or you touch his belly, you're getting it. He don't like it. Now, I do have
Well,
one crazy cat that likes her belly rubbed. You don't try to rub Chuck's, he'll tear you up. He don't want you touching his belly. I think he's ticklish.
Coco likes to have her belly rubbed. She loves it.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a point she gets tired of it, but she likes that. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, Chuckers don't even like it when you pick him up and carry him somewhere. Like I can pick him up in my seat here. If I put him in my lap, he's just fine. If I try to pick him up for the camera, nope, he's done. He wants no part of that.
Cheekmate had some real cute kittens. They're cats. They really look a lot alike. There is a little difference, but they're healthy cats. They were trying to climb her wall last night. She's like, I said, "What do you got? Hot dogs hanging off the ceiling? I mean, why are they trying to climb the wall?" She said, I don't know. But they were healthy cats.
Sounds like the
The
way
good
it goes.
the good thing about a cat is, they self clean and they do all that stuff.
Well, I've
Are
always
you?
said that a fish is the perfect pet. A fish. If it gets on your nerves, walk out of the room. It's not going to follow you. Turn the light off. Look away. It's not going to call out and say, hey, look at me. It's not going to do it.
I don't know.
I don't know. We had some funny fish down at the fish store at one point.
You did. You did.
They are running rampant. I can hear the footsteps. It sounds like a herd of something out there.
A herd of something.
Yeah. Reindeer, maybe.
Maybe.
So I'm not a real big thing on Santa Claus and stuff like that. I think he's one of the cryptids. But there is a movie coming out this year that I think I want to see. What was that? Red One? It's got Dwayne Johnson and Chris Evans in it. Hey, there's Cook.
I see that.
What do you mean no pink milk? You
Well, he
like
don't want
Nestle
no.
strawberry milk?
He don't want no blood sweat of hippos.
Oh, we're not gonna give him no blood sweat. We're not gonna do that to him. No, we way too nice for that. So, every time you say blood sweat, I'm thinking about somebody has worked out for way too dabbling long. If you're blood sweating, that's bad. Mm.
Well, the Bible says that Jesus prayed so hard in the garden that his sweat became as great drops of blood.
Mm.
That's intense right there, buddy. That is
is
intense. So,
that had to be.
or you could think of blood sport.
Uh-oh. My wife's going somewhere. I hear the car. Oh.
Headed out on the highway.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. I have something for us to do in the second part of the show. Or to be a little fun, hopefully. We're good, Cook. Love blood sport. There's some good scenes in that. There's a couple things that's a little hokey, but Van Damme was not the best actor, but he was a good. But his fight scenes were great. Which neither was Chuck Norris. I love Chuck Norris, but he wasn't the best actor.
No,
he had some really
long stare.
He had some really cheesy '80s movies. It ain't his fault. I believe Chuck was probably like a lot of actors. There's some actors, they say, I like to keep working. You bring me a movie, I'm going to do it. From the great to the bad, I'm just going to keep working. They believe in work. So he had some that were better than others, but, as far as the acting. But, yeah, it was not the best. But the fight scene, you endured all that for the fight scene.
Was it missing in action? Yay. Then they did Missing in Action 2, the beginning. What? You should have did that one first.
Well, they didn't know if they was going to make any money. So, that once they figured out they could make some money, they had to go back and figure out how to make it right,
Lone Wolf McQuade.
Yeah.
And he actually starred with some pretty big names too.
He did.
Let's see.
My favorite scene it will always be, of course, he played the bad guy, was the scene between him and Bruce Lee. Two titans in that genre coming together for a fight scene. Classic. Well, true Tar Man, I was a big Bruce Lee fan, but he had to die because Bruce Lee was the star. So. But he did it. He did it. He did it in such a way where he showed it wasn't personal, and he was trying to tell him not to, and he showed respect there.
And David Carradine starred in Lone Wolf McQuade with Chuck Norris, and that was two titans too.
A titan in which way? Because David Carradine could not fight.
Well,
that's all Hollywood.
He could play it on TV though.
That dude smoked a pack of Marlboros every day and probably drank a 12-pack to a case. Man, that dude, I give him credit. He milked it. I mean, he did, but he was no fighter. That was all Hollywood. Certainly Chuck Norris was a world champion. I mean, he did it. And Bruce Lee had his moments where he, a lot of people would say off his was Hollywood, but it wasn't. He could do those moves. I mean, he had been challenged and fought, but of all of them, Chuck Norris was the only one among them that was a world champion.
No,
he's the only one that did competition all the time, and in his early days. So, but I like them both.
Van Damme was a kickboxer.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't take a hit to the face, I don't think.
Well, you got to preserve your, Hollywood thing, He got there for one reason. He had the look, he had
Mhm.
the muscles, and he could well he couldn't act,
We could
but
go.
they they could put a pretty girl with him, and it kind of worked, So I don't know who that is, Tarman. I don't know who that is.
Carradine.
Oh,
He's talking.
Carradine.
I think he's talking about
I
David
think.
Carradine.
Oh, okay, Carradine. Oh, he had talent. I'm just saying he wasn't a fighter.
Yeah.
He laughed about it himself. He said, there is a little bit of guilt there. I mean, he would get invited to speak to groups about kung fu and all that. And he said, I
Yeah.
always felt guilty because I'm in the back, smoking down some cigarettes and on my fifth beer by the time I walked out. He said it was all Hollywood. He said, hey, I made a lot of money off of it.
Yeah.
But he didn't work out. David Carradine didn't work out.
Mm.
So there's a lot of folks like that.
Pat Morita from Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't no fighter. I don't think.
See, in the movies, you can be whatever you want to be as long as you can make it happen on screen.
Let me double check on that. I hate to put out wrong information, but it seems like that was something I did here.
I don't know on that whether he did or didn't, but he was more known for the Hollywood thing. So, Cook, were you let's see, how respect him and Sylvester Stallone being in shape? They really did. They really did. Sylvester Stallone and them, they did get in great shape. The only problem with Stallone was, well, early on, two problems. One was his height. Stallone's really short. And secondly was his voice. He had to work on that. Early on, his, it was they didn't give him a lot of lines early on because he had a hard time. Which the same thing could be said for oh my goodness, Arnold. I mean, early on that boy couldn't talk. I'll be back. I mean, he could say something like that, but he got really good later. He worked hard at it.
There was another actor that was didn't have hardly any lines. It was Charles Bronson.
Bronson was not great at talking.
No.
But I want to tell you about Bronson. Bronson, he was a mean guy. The guy that played, you remember the movie, was it where he's growing the watermelons? And this guy, he played like one of the characters. He was in a lot of movies. He was always a shady kind of bad guy. And but he was a great guy. I've read a lot of interviews with him. And he said that he tried his best to, talk to Bronson. He wouldn't have to do with him. He said, guy's a jerk. I'm sorry. He said, I know he's a big star and all that. He said the guy's a jerk. He was just he was a moody kind of guy. He was very moody. He never was that kind of a happy, guy. I mean, obviously Jill loved him. I mean, she loved him immensely and he loved her, but he never was he wasn't the kind of guy you'd go down to the local, hang out and watch a football game and cut up and go on. And he wasn't that guy. This guy he had an edge about him all the time. From what I've read, I didn't know him.
I didn't know him either. Hey, give me 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah, I need to be away for just about 5 minutes. Can we do that? And I'll be right back.
Well, yeah, we can do that.
I'll be right back.
Cook says, John Wayne, Clint Eastwood over Charles Bronson. Sorry, Charles Bronson fans. Well, yeah, I mean, they were bigger stars. And, Bronson had his moments. He also had some movies I just didn't care for. A couple of them were never big movies, but I actually liked the movie that he did with his wife where he was the Secret Service agent. They were trying to kill the president. And she was the first lady. His wife, his real life wife, was the first lady in the movie. I liked that movie. That was a pretty good movie. Yeah, I really liked that. I mean, as far as Clint, I always liked Clint. I'm not a huge fan of the spaghetti westerns. I really am. I mean, there's they have their place. But I just didn't care for that. I just don't care for the spaghetti westerns, as they call them. But later on, I mean, one of the greatest movies ever, Outlaw Josie Wells. Loved it. And he had many others, Dirty Harry and all that. But of everything he ever did, probably Outlaw Josie Wells was my favorite. And John Wayne, he's a legend. I mean, I don't care what. I got people tell me I don't like him. He did this, he did. I don't care. I'm a fan. I mean, I got a right to be a fan of who I want to be, and I'm a fan of him. His picture hangs on my wall at work. Actually, I have two. Yeah, it was a classic. So, Cook, what about your Cowboys, man? What about your Cowboys? I mean, they really needed to win that game. Now they both have the same record, but that's a tough start. That's a tough start. We are going to talk about some Mama Said stuff tonight in here a bit. Let Robert get back. I have something. We're going to pick your brain a little bit. But than that, we're hanging on a Monday night. Mama said there'd be days like this. President Trump is at a rally tonight. I was looking at some of that. We got the Monday Night Football game on, Buffalo and the Jaguars, 0-0. Falcons lost a tough game. Buffalo's driving, though, but Falcons lost a tough game. That was a tough game. Against champions. They're playing better. I think they're working things out, looking good. I like it. Getting down. Baseball's about to be in the playoffs. This week's the big Bama dog matchup. Cook, who you got? Don't pick with your heart. Honest assessment. Dogs, Bama. What do you say? What say you? It's going to be a classic. It will be in Alabama. I was thinking about this the other day when you talk about states. Let's see. Cook said, oh, he's still talking about what he's got here. Let's see. I love that word did multiple times on the channel. Yeah. I was thinking about the way Bama by 3. Bama by 3. Well, maybe. Bama's had their number for most of the games. I don't have high hopes of a dog win. I think it'll be close, but it'll just be one of those deals. We just do not play well against Bama. We'll play well enough to lose. As great as Texas is playing, we'll play better against Texas than we do against Bama. I don't know what it is. It's still just who knows? That's why you play the games. Who knows? So there'll be some good games. Good games coming up this week. I'm was looking at some of the matchups, and that is a 7:30 game on ABC. I mean, that's a big matchup. Miami's got Virginia Tech. See, Kentucky, Mississippi. That might be actually a really good game. Okie State and Kansas State. That might be a really good game too. Arkansas and Texas A&M. I like Louisville and Notre Dame. That's a good game. There's actually some pretty good matchups. Oklahoma and the bad way their offense played and against Auburn. And Auburn, what's happened to Auburn? What's happened to good luck, Roll Tide? What's happened to Auburn? They looked really bad. Texas, Mississippi State. Clemson against Stanford. That's what's today bad news for LSU. I don't know if you heard this. They lost their star linebacker for the season. Torn knee, I think it was. Tough. I hate that. Harold Perkins, I think is his name. I hate that. I hope it doesn't affect his career in the NFL. He's a difference maker. He's a force. And LSU fans, I'm sorry. It's always tough to see new players go down, especially a star player, be it offense or defense. And so my apologies and condolences to the LSU fans, because it could happen to anybody, any day, and any play.
Absolutely. And while we are Georgia fans, We don't want to see nobody get hurt playing this game. That's
No.
not a good thing. We hate to see talented people or untalented. We don't want to see nobody get hurt. But these guys that have the big dreams for the NFL and stuff like that, and they're going to go somewhere, then they get hurt. Wow.
And although some people believe that, well, nowadays they can fix anything, that's not always true.
Mm-mm.
And there are some injuries that they never get over, and the dream is over. And case in point would be what was the running back's name of South Carolina that Tennessee took out? Lattimore, was that his name?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Oh man, what a force at running back!
Mm.
That was it.
Well,
it's just too much damage.
Tua.
He tried to come back, but Tua's career is going to be cut short. Sadly,
and concussions, and it's sad because he's good, but he's on his third concussion now. I heard a commentator talking about his neck strength. His neck just wasn't strong enough to withstand that type of hit. He's
I honestly don't know what that would have to do with it. I mean, a direct hit is energy. It seems like if your neck is moving, you'd be deflecting energy. I don't know. You do need to have a strong neck, but some of those hits where he got slammed down and his head bounced off the turf, and I don't know anybody that can stop their neck from whiplashing like that. I don't know. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see what he had to say.
Yeah, that last one was the one he was talking about. Because, he's already had a couple of concussions leading up to that one. Yeah. And then he was talking about his neck snapping back and forth. It was, I can't say his name's on Fox. He used to be a sports commentator. I can't say his name.
Well, he's a bunch of them out there.
Huh?
That could be anybody.
Yeah, let me see if I can.
By the way, here's my take on Tua, and on a personal note, I would say, he's, you got the money, man, take off and go. You talking about Strahan, Michael Strahan, Cook asked.
Yeah, he had his.
But anyway, because you want to have a family, live your life, and have no problems. But I'm a big believer in living your life the way you want to live it. And to me, if the NFL has a problem with this, just have him sign a waiver. He does not hold anyone responsible. He wants to continue his career. Right now, they're not asking that anyway. But at some point, he might not be able to be insured.
Yeah.
And if I'm a big believer, sign some sort of a legal agreement waiver, let the boy play. I mean, you don't live once. There's none of us guaranteed to grow old. Well, I'm pretty close, but nobody's guaranteed to grow old. So he might not make it to old age.
Might not.
So. Boy wants to play, let him play. That's like racing. I don't believe in limiting the speed. If you have the guts to push that pedal that far down there and put your life on the line like that, go for it. I don't believe in restrictor plate. I say let them just run as fast as they want to. That's your choice. Sign a waiver.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd go that far with it, but.
If you ask drivers, do you think they would want restrictors on those carburetors, or do you think they would want just to be your decision how fast? I mean, they're still flying, man. They're still going. They want to go.
Bill Hemmer is who it was. Bill Hemmer. So
Bill Hemmer, name sounds familiar, but I don't know who that is.
Okay.
I
just thought it was interesting, because he brought that up several times, and it was like, I don't know.
But I'm just playing the counterpoint here. How strong does he know if his neck is or isn't?
I think he was questioning it, because it was. I think he had seen something like that before. Is why he was questioning it.
Touchdown, Buffalo. Mr. Georgia, James Cook.
Let's see. See if it tells where he used to work at. Began his career as a weekend sports anchor for WCPO TV in Cincinnati, Ohio. So he was a weekend sports anchor.
So he's not medical and he's not a football player.
Right.
I think two would be like.
Yeah. So.
Oh, well. Well, you know, Cook, I was thinking about him. There was nobody that would go in a corner as hard as Earnhardt.
No.
Nobody. No fear. Absolutely. Absolutely was not afraid. That's why he was great. He would put the car places other people were afraid to do it. That's what I'm saying. Let's take the restrictors off. By the way, racing is boring anymore. It's absolutely boring. They all ride in a clump.
I always thought it was boring.
And I mean, they just ride like that for, 500 miles, except the pit stops is the only, or a wreck. Yeah. Bill Hemmer. Well, I'm not saying he don't have a point. He may know something I don't, but that's the first time I've heard that. I think they even gave 2 extra padding in his helmet to help. We got some, technical people involved, and I don't know.
He wants to, if he can do it, I want him to do it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I believe this. I believe each of us have strengths and weaknesses. That's just the way God made us. And his is he cannot play football without getting concussions. That's what I think. He's just susceptible to them. And his have been bad, they've been scary. And, for the sake of his health and stuff, I would advise him to not play much longer if that's going to be the thing. But again, it's his decision. I'm not going to try to run his life for him. I mean, that's like people that jump out of planes. I mean,
yeah,
there's dangers. That's like, people, I mean, all kinds of things that people do as climbing sides of mountains.
Yeah.
So, some are better at it than others.
Hey, if at first you don't succeed, skydiving is not for you.
That's true.
And but there are things he could do to limit that. If he would slide, there's a lot of quarterbacks that slide. If he could train himself to slide, but he's such a competitor, he don't want to slide.
Well, some of those are going to come on sacks too.
Yeah.
Some of them are going to come on sacks where it's blindside hit or something, But I would say on racing, I would just say this: big fan in the early 70s and all the way through the 70s. That was racing time, 60s, 70s. I kind of got away from the 80s a little bit. Late 80s, I got back into it a little bit with Ernie Irvan and Davey Allison, all those guys, and unfortunately wrecks happened to them too. I've tried to get back into it. I just can't do it. I guess you just say I'm retired from it. I'm just done. I just can't sit and watch it.
You drive really fast, you make a left-hand turn. You drive really fast, you make a left-hand turn. You drive really fast, you make a left-hand turn.
I have no problem with that. The problem is they're all stuck together like some sort of a Boy or Girl Scout troop, and they're just running around there. And yeah, it's close racing, but you can't do nothing. Nobody can outrun anybody, and they wait till the big wreck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they encourage the big wreck because they got them all, especially with super speedways. Short tracks, I can give you some of that. That does get a little bit better. But there's too many cars on the track, to be honest. I mean, my goodness, they're packing 40 cars, or they have.
Yeah.
It's just too many,
And you get all these guys up there, and if someone bumps the other one or something, or they rub tires or whatever, then next thing you know, you've got soap opera digest going on pit row with them fighting and everything else and cussing.
I got no problem with the fighting and arguing and throwing helmets. That makes at least make it exciting. But NASCAR it's just boring. And and by the way, they've lost money. I mean, people have left by the droves.
Yeah.
There have been times that even Bristol's not sold out, and that used to never happen. The economy's got something to do with it, but a lot of them just says, I'm done with it. They don't like the rule changes they put in. They don't like the cars. The cars have no character. Used to, a car kind of looked like the car, for the maker that you had. And, you got your big Hemis and you had your Chevys and your Fords. And then, I don't have a problem with Toyota and them coming along, but now they all look alike. Your car of tomorrow, come on. Give me, I like it like this, Rob. This is what I think. Well, I absolutely did.
Yeah.
Do you remember I was telling somebody about this the other day. You remember, do you remember the big boat, what do they call that thing? The KZ-106 river thing where you had to make your own floatable device, whatever you made it. And it was a race and they would float those things down the river. That was huge. I don't know why they quit doing it, maybe safety or whatever. They didn't want the insurance, usually what kills stuff like that. So anyway, they called that the river race or something. I forget. It was a special name for it. But anyway, you made your craft. You made it. They had them all different shapes and sizes. Here's what I think about racing. I would say you cannot, the River Run. Thank you, Harman.
Yeah.
KZ-106 River Run. They quit that thing a long time ago, didn't they? But anyway, now they got the Ironman. Oh, drives me crazy. The bicyclist. Okay, I'm going to be nice. Here's what I say about racing. I would say the one rule is you cannot do anything to your competitor like you can't have darts coming out of your car into their car or something like that. You can rub, you can bump, all that. I don't care. And you can make your car however you want it. I don't care if you got a jet pack on it. You got to control it. You get out there, and wouldn't that be exciting? One of the things I have seen lately that I would absolutely love to go. Now I will pay to see this. Is the trucks pulling the campers. They race around those dirt tracks. I would absolutely pay good money to go see that. That excites me way more than a NASCAR race. Slamming them trailers into each other, sliding all around. That's hilarious, man. I love that.
Oh, speaking of which, trailers, I have something that you and I need to do. And we're going to have to get Cook and Chris involved in this too. And maybe some other people. We got to go set us some chairs up. We'll take a cooler with some cold drinks in the summertime. Huh?
We don't drink. So just letting the listeners know the cooler's not full of beer. We don't drink.
And we're going to sit out there. We'll set us up some shade umbrellas right beside the boat ramp. Right beside. And as people are backing their vehicles in, we're going to applaud them. Come on, you got this. You can do it. You can do it. Okay. Third time's a charm. Come on, you got this. I'm telling you, dude. Air horns, everything. We could have a ball with this and film it.
Well, yeah, it would be great until Uncle Jeb come in. If he happened to come in while we were there, I mean, I'd hate to think of the cussing and kicking and everything else he'd be putting up.
Uncle Jeb just put the boat in the water. He don't care. We wouldn't bother him then. He just back it right in there. But could you see somebody that didn't really know how to back the boat in the water? Yay! Yay! You're horrible. Yay!
I love it.
Charm. Come on, you got this.
Well, some people don't like.
Fun, dude. Ain't nobody gonna mess with us if we got Cook there. All he'd have to do is stand up.
Y'all got something to say? Say it to him.
Well, yeah, you and Chris walk around our chest bowed out. You better get back in that truck. Why is that? Cook. Have Cook stand up. But that would be awesome, dude. I've seen videos of that, people doing it. It would be great. We could take pool noodles and wave them around. It'd be awesome, dude.
Well, it might be for a while. I don't know. Some old rednecks, they might not like it. And they might get a little mad,
No, most of them rednecks back that trailer right in the water. They wouldn't care what we were doing. And the ones like that, we'd have to give them a prize. Hey, you got it on the first time. Here, have a Snicker bar.
I agree. Most of them could, but there's always that one.
Hey, your sister back in better than you are.
The same guy that would be standing there when the TV reporter comes to interview about the tornado that came through, and he's got the
Yeah.
5 pounds of keys hanging on his side. It'd be that dude.
Yeah.
It'd be that
He'd be
dude.
like, you just tell him, hey, your sister was up here a while ago. She backed that thing in a lot better than you are. I'm telling you, dude, it would be gold. It'd be as good as Cook riding around Walmart. It would be gold. We go up to what is that?
You know, I just thought of this. We ought to have Cook make a return appearance to Walmart. This would be great. I don't know why we didn't think about this. He's got to have a stick. You got to have like a walking stick and have it in the buggy. And he needs to put on sunglasses like he can't see. I could see him coming down the aisle and people be going, hey, that guy can't see. What's he doing? And then stop and ask people something. You're like, is there anybody in the way? Is the aisle clear? Oh, I'm not being mean, but what can you imagine Cook doing that?
Yes, and he'd do it.
And he would do it. And he'd be rolling around. I could see store management coming up. Sir, can you see? Well, I can see as good as you can.
Jerry Clower. Do you remember Jerry Clower? Please tell me you like Jerry Clower.
If anybody don't remember Jerry Clower, they're either very young or dumb, because Jerry Clower was a legend.
He was absolutely legend. Shoot to die. He told one of the best ones ever about these two guys that went to a dog show. And after the dog show, one guy had a big old like retriever or whatever, and the other dog had a chihuahua. And after the dog show, they went out to eat. And the guy with the chihuahua told the other guy, said, we can't go in there. They ain't going to let us go in there with the dogs. He said, you just do what I do. He said, all right. He said, so the one guy went up there and told him, said, sir, you cannot come in here with that dog. Hey, sugar britches, how's your wife doing? Said, you can't come in here with that dog. He said, I'll have you know this is a CNI dog. I have to go where my dog leads me. Oh, okay. Well, we'll let you come in with the CNI dog. And the other guy's got a chihuahua, a little bitty chihuahua.
Yeah.
Well, he goes up there and said, you can't come in here with that dog. This is a CNI dog. You mean to tell me they gave you a chihuahua for a CNI dog? And the guy was looking at us, popped up and said, you mean to tell me they gave me a chihuahua for a CNI dog?
Man, they bring in everything nowadays. I mean, everything.
Yes.
It's really crazy, man. I mean, they bring in the Chihuahua as the emotional support animal now.
Yes.
A Chihuahua as an emotional support animal? I mean, they need emotional support. No offense, anybody who has a Chihuahua, but Chihuahuas are aggressive, and if they were bigger, they would be the baddest dog on the face of the planet, because they think they are 10 foot tall. I'm going to tell you, it's true.
Yes, hey, Daniel, we gonna keep praying for you and her, okay, Bubba? So you're gonna have to keep us updated. You got to where you get to a computer yet? You're going to have to get to a computer so we can get you online here, get you on the show.
Get you on the show.
That's right. We got to have the hardest working man in Chatsworth, Georgia on here. All right. You let me know when and we'll get you on the show. Okay? You still got my number?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. That boy right there is a mess, David. You've had it. Telling you.
Well, one of these days I'll get to meet him, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Remember his name. That's the only thing you
Daniel.
got to do. Just remember,
Daniel.
no. He's got a first name and a last name. Sugar Bridges.
I can't think of anybody but Cook's name now. That's the one that pops in my head.
Thunder Cheeks.
It's Thunder Cheeks.
Did you tell him that's what you named him?
I guess. Do what?
Did you tell him that's what you're calling him now? Thunder Cheeks.
Cook?
Yeah.
Well, he called himself that. Every time I think of that, it reminds me of
Days of
the
Thunder.
Ghost. No. With the Ghostbusters, where they tell them the bad, the bad demons, where they tell them to, they're going to create something out of their mind, and they tell everybody to clear their mind, just go blank, don't.
Yeah.
And Dan Aykroyd can't do it. His character can't do it. And they're like, okay, who thought of something? He said, I couldn't help it. It popped right in there. Yes, it's the Stay Puft. That's what I think of it. I think of Cook. It's Thunder Cheeks. And it's like we get this stuff in our head. It's like I cannot think of the state of Alabama without thinking it, and sometimes saying it like Forrest Gump did when he was mad.
Great Ball, Alabama.
No. When he said it real hard, aggressive. Alabama. Remember that scene? That's what I think of. That's what I think of when he did that.
Oh, I can't even think of him without. Oh my gosh, those look like comfortable shoes. But the one I really, really liked, as far as voices went.
I know what you're going to say.
What?
Sling.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was the greatest. Billy Bob Thornton doing Carl Childers and Sling Blade. I don't reckon I got no reason to kill you no more. Oh, why won't this lawnmower start up? Ain't got no gas in it.
That sounds like well, that's better than you usually do. That sounds like somebody from down there in your area. I imagine there's somebody walking around talking like that down there right now.
No, there's not. That's just mean. You know.
I don't mean that in a bad way. Come on now.
I don't even know what state he was from.
It don't matter. It don't matter where he was from. I'm telling you, there's somebody walking around South Georgia right now. It may be over towards Waycross, but there's somebody in South Georgia that talks like that. I'm telling you, dude. Come on.
Over toward Waycross.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
We love over on this side talking.
We love you. We love you in Waycross, but you got to admit it. Somebody's walking through that city talking like that. Hey, we got our crazies up here too in Las Vegas. I mean, we're not slack on crazy now. We got them.
Me and that boy, we made friends.
Let's run a quick commercial, Rob. We've got an exciting announcement, at least one, and then we're gonna throw some things out there, see if we can get some help. That's going to tie right back into Mama Said.
Okay.
Quick break. Take us away. Hey, this is Dave with the Southern Fried Podcast. Please join us each Wednesday evening as we go live for Hump Day News, where we talk about a little bit of everything. We'll laugh a little bit. We'll tell you a little bit of sports news and other news that's going on. Each Wednesday evening at 7 p.m., join us for the SFP Hump Day News live. You're midweek, making your way through another work week. Join us, and we'll try to make you laugh a little bit and keep your day a little brighter. Here at the Southern Fried Podcast, one of the blessed things we've been able to do is partner with the wonderful people at Animal Rescue Alliance, Inc., ARA. These folks are a no-kill shelter in Donaldsonville, Georgia. You see the contact info on the screen. And these folks would love to have you come adopt a dog or a cat. They have folks that come from all over the United States, not just the state of Georgia. They're great folks. It's been a wonderful partnership between Southern Fried Podcast and ARA. And we've been blessed to meet some of the folks that have adopted animals from ARA. Also, we've been able to encourage people to donate and volunteer. They encourage volunteers that are in the area, and they're just wonderful people. We'd love for you to contact them, meet them too, go on their website, see some of the animals, and we know you'll want to partner with them too by taking a dog or a cat to their forever home. Join with us, the Southern Fried Podcast, in support of this great work of the Animal Rescue Alliance, Inc., ARA. We know you'll be happy you did. I know we are. Hey, this is Dave with the Southern Fried Podcast. As part of our Main Street program, we're highlighting businesses in small-town America. This week, we're interviewing Angie from Angie's Decatur Diner. Tune in to hear her interview. The Southern Fried Podcast now has its own store. Go to sfplive.com/store. These links are also found on Facebook and X and some of the other social streams. You will find shirts and hats and mugs and bags and all kinds of items with many different designs. These are just but a few of the more than 250 items that we have with different designs. We hope you'll come and shop, support the podcast. Every dollar that is paid will go towards keeping the podcast growing, and we thank you for your support. sfplive.com/store. Go shop today and get that favorite person in your life their Southern Fried Podcast item, and it'll help us advertise the podcast as you wear these things or take these things out into the public. We thank you for your support. If you have any questions, email us at southernfriedpodcast@yahoo.com. We'll be glad to answer. We're running some specials as well, 20, 25, and even 30% off in some cases. This will eliminate the mailing charges for sure. So go to sfplive.com/store for your Southern Fried Podcast items today. Remember, Christmas is just around the corner. Thank you.
Well, I'm back. And Dave's back. Ha.
I've been back. I just didn't have my camera on. I was looking up something, and appreciate those commercials. Yes, my coffee mug should be in by the end of the week, so we'll have our Southern Fried coffee mug. And I like this mug, Rob. It's got the logo on one side, the SFP Southern Fried Podcast, and then the SFP in the middle with the yellow sticking out. But the other side has Cornbread Nation on it with the rooster and all that. Oh, I love it, man. It's so cool. Yeah, I can't wait to get that in.
I'm going to order one of those this week, and I need to order me and Daniel a shirt.
We're gonna get this thing moving. Yeah. Exciting news, folks. Breaking news. We have secured our first interview with a politician. And we are going to do an interview with 3rd District Rep from Georgia, Mitchell Horner. And he has graciously agreed to come on and said he'd be glad to come on anytime. So we look forward to this interview. That'll be done Sunday, Lord willing. And then we'll get that released that night. And we want to thank the first interview we had, which was with Election Deputy Director Rebecca Kaysen, who helped set that up. Thank you so much. I don't know if she hears this, but I did thank her in a text today. She texted me about that, and so we got that set up. We do have a couple of other interviews that are going to happen. We're working on them. Yes. In this case, Rob's working on them. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's him, sometimes it's both of us. So exciting stuff. We right here at election time, and he said he would be more than willing to come on and talk about those Georgia issues, because his will be obviously Georgia, and Georgia's, a lot of things going on in the state, and it is a battleground state. And I'm just interested to see what he has to say. So looking forward to that. And we're really starting to click on some interviews, and it's exciting to know that, Rob.
Yeah, and it's important to us, and because we have questions, and I kind of figure, we're not. I know I'm not a smart man, Dave, but I try. If I have questions about it, somebody else out there probably has questions too. You didn't have to agree with that and start laughing about it.
I was just laughing at. I was laughing at your voice.
I thought I did a pretty good Forrest Gump. I know I'm not a smart man, Dave, but I know what love is. It's chocolates. I like.
Do me a favor. Don't do that voice when we have our interview. So.
No.
But thank you to State Rep.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to State Rep Warner for coming on, and we'll.
Yeah.
And it might not be everybody's cup of tea. You may not like an interview politician, but these are great to have, and they'll be out there, and you can watch them at your convenience. It's not like you miss it and you got to go find it. These are out there. They're in the streams, and you can go view them. And this is going to be the first of many, I believe, that we're going to be able to do as we get closer to election time and even into the new year. I think 2025 is really going to bust open for us on some of this. I really do. And it takes a little while to build a brand. It takes a little while to build trust with the audience, with people that you would have come on. They don't know who you are. They don't know what you're about. We're starting to get some recognition, and we're not trying to brag or anything, but what's being said is, I think one thing that's being said is, hey, they treat you right. They'll let you come on, talk about what you got. They'll have a few questions, and and all of them, Rob, have said, if you got tough questions, we'll answer them. So I appreciate that they're not trying to run. I said, we don't have, it's not a hatchet job. I said, we're not going to try to shellac you with some really hard questions. He said, hey, whatever, I'm ready. I'm game for anything. I'm like, you know what? I appreciate that, but we wouldn't do that. We just want to ask questions. One of the things we do, and I want to be clear on this before we move on, is one of the things we talked about, Rob, early on in this was not only are we covering the issues, we're covering the people.
Yes.
The people. We wanted the biographical sketch, and who better than to tell about that person than themselves. And so we're not only looking at Representative Horner as a politician, an elected official, but who is he as a man, as a family man, as what's his likes, dislikes, and stuff. We try to do that. In some cases, we can't dive into too much of that. Maybe that's not what it's set up for. But as much as we can talk to people and get to know them, that makes it easier for us. I mean, there's going to come a day where we're going to walk into a political meeting with our Southern Fried podcast attire on, and people's going to, they're going to pay attention. They're going to say, "Hey, Southern Fried's here." We're going to hear that.
Dude, you know how scary that's going to be when we walk in and they'll go, "Hey, Southern Fried's here." And we're going to be like, "That's right.
Southern Fried. Southern Fried."
They'll come in there sounding like George Jefferson. Yeah, that's right. Back up, you jive turkey. Sorry.
Are you okay there?
I like the Jeffersons. I'm sorry.
Oh, I did too. I like them.
Jefferson, Sanford and Son. Oh, Fred Sanford. Oh,
that's Fred. That's Fred G. Sanford, buddy.
Yeah, Fred.
You gotta get the G in there.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, let's have some fun.
Okay.
Pick our brain, and pick the brain of our listeners. Not a whole lot here tonight that we know of. They might jump on in here. By the way, I don't know. Let me say real quick. I don't know if Dark Sage. He was in our stream the other night asking questions about Eisenhower. We are at work on this. We have different people researching sort of your question, and we've discovered there's a lot we don't know about Eisenhower, other than his war record and stuff, and his time as president. This is a great question. So if you happen to see this, we haven't forgot you. Hopefully we'll start exploring that by Sunday, a little bit anyway. Okay, and we'll be lenient. We're not going to be hardcore. But this is Mama Said. Mama Said Live. So here's the question of the night. What songs can you name that have mama in them? We'll give you mother from the top of your head, or somebody's going to do some Google searching, but there should be some that jump out at you. So mama is in the title, or mother. That's the question.
Mama told me there'd be days like this. Wasn't that a song?
It's funny that you say that, because I think that might be a line out of a country song. I don't know if that was the title of the song. You might have to look that up. I do remember something like that.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that was the
song title has to have mama in it.
Yes, the song title. Not mama. There'd be literally thousands if we said within the song, the lyrics. But in the title, mother, I'll give you mother, mom, or mama. We're specifically looking for mama because this is mama said. But think rock, and you should be able to think of 4 or 5 pretty quick.
Well, I've got Bohemian Rhapsody, but that had a lot about to do with mama, but that's not.
It don't, but Queen did have 2 songs. I'll give you a hint. Queen did have 2 songs with one of those designations in the song title. So Queen may lead the way in this.
LeAnn Rimes had one, something about mama. But I can't remember the name.
And I didn't look up country. I stayed with pop, rock, even heavy metal. But we'll give you that if we can fact check that and say. So I'll give you one. Let's get it rolling. You should remember this. Quiet Riot. Do you remember that song?
No. I remember several of their songs, but not that
Mama,
one.
We're All Crazy Now. Remember that one? I've stumped you.
Okay.
Absolutely stumped you.
Yeah, you've got me. Let's see.
I even have one rap song on here, but because it's Georgia, I allowed it. I thought it was good to include. Queen had Tie Your Mother Down. You remember that song?
No.
I'm trying to. Well, you got to get this one. Come on now. All of these I could done off the top of my head. I did look up some because I didn't remember all of them. You got to get this one. Ozzy had one. Ozzy Osbourne. Mama, I'm coming home.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. My brain just went total blackout on this one, Dave.
So that's Ozzy.
Total.
And all those 3 songs are still played a lot on classic rock.
Yeah. She had a song named Mother.
LeAnn did?
Yes.
So there's one I didn't have. LeAnn Rimes. There's a lot of them. It's just going to be called Mother. There's several.
Yeah.
Here's another one you should get. How about Genesis? Think of your favorite, because you might get confused. He wasn't a solo artist for this song. Phil Collins, but with Genesis. Mama.
Oh. Mama?
Mama. He kind of said it in a rough sounding way. You're gonna have to listen to these.
Yeah. That's kind of not the type of music I don't want to listen to, but these are the people.
You said you're a rock fan.
Right. I like Phil Collins, but I don't know where he said it rough. Mama.
You'll have to look that up.
Okay.
You'll have to do that.
Genesis.
Genesis. How about Aerosmith? 70s Aerosmith.
Oh man. I'm sure there's somebody out there that would do a lot better at this than what I'm doing.
They had one called Mama Ken. That's a pretty famous song.
Okay.
Aerosmith.
Um,
A lot of people covered this song, but in this iteration, it was attributed to Elton John. Mama Can't Buy You Love.
okay. Genesis song's name was Mama.
Yeah, that's what I said, Mama.
Okay. Okay. I hadn't heard that one.
Here's
Okay.
another one you should get if you go back far enough. Three Dog Night. Three Dog Night. Mama told me not to come. Remember that?
I've heard
That's
it.
way back. That's way back.
That's way back. That's way back. What's that song? I got one. Because your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll.
Is that
There's
in the
one.
title? Is that in the title?
What's the title?
Poison. That's a cover Poison did of another group. I don't know if it's in the title or not. I can't remember. Yes, Tarman. Mama
Mama don't dance.
Your mama don't dance.
Song by Loggins and Messina.
Loggins and Messina. Okay.
Your mama
Good.
don't dance.
Good.
And your daddy don't rock and roll. So it's the one I was thinking about anyway. All right. There's one.
Very good. We woke him up. Here's one. I don't like the artist. I can't stand him. But I can't get this out of my head. You probably have no clue who this guy is. Danzig. He simply had a song called Mother. Mother. He sings that song. They play that one on the radio a lot. Danzig. He's a dark guy.
All right, let's see. There ought to be a whole bunch of mama or mother songs out there.
There's a lot of them like that. Tupac had one called Dear Mama. I cannot tell you what it sounded like. I never listened to Tupac in my life. Not saying anything mean. I'm just saying not my thing.
Well, I'm keeping my hands over here away from the keyboard so nobody thinks I'm Googling because I'm not. The fact that I'm not getting any of them ought to tell you I'm not Googling nothing.
Well, really, there's a bunch of them that are very close. But it's just I don't know some of the songs, but Pink Floyd had one called Mother. I don't remember that song. Might if I heard it. John Lennon had one called Mother, simply Mother.
Wow.
The Police had one called Mother, and I was a Police fan. I don't remember. I got one I'm saving for you. You're going to like this, and we're going to have to listen to it because you'll find out in a minute. I want to get through this list. Queen had their second one called Mother Love. I don't remember that. It's not on the greatest hits. I know that. Paul Simon had one, and I think you might remember this, Mother and Child Reunion. That sort of stands out to me. I think that was one that they played on the radio.
Maybe.
Okay. The Beatles themselves had one called Your Mother Should Know. It's in the title, song title.
Yeah.
Tracy Bonham, Mother, Mother.
I don't know who Tracy Bonham.
The Rolling Stones had one called Mother's Little Helper. I can't remember that.
Yeah.
Mother's Little Helper. And now, drum roll, believe it or not, there is a group that has a song called Mama Said. You'll never guess who. You'll never guess who. But think heavy. I did not know this because I don't really follow the group or anything. I never have. Metallica.
I was fixing to say Metallica. That sounds like something that I could see
Mo-
them do it.
Mama said.
Mama said. Oh, we got to look that one up.
Yeah, that's what I said. You should do that. According to the list I seen, I didn't look it up to verify that, but I don't doubt the list. They have a big album repertoire. So somewhere buried in some album is Mama Said. I just thought that was great with the tie-in that we have.
Oh, wait a minute. We got to see if we can do this loud enough. Come on. That's a 4-minute video, dude.
Well, it's a song, dude.
Oh my gosh, you're loud. Turn the speakers up so I can get my thing going here. Can you hear yourself? You hear that?
I hear nothing. I hear nothing. Buffalo is putting it on the Jaguars. Wow. I bet Cook's over there watching that. Crying over his Cowboys.
This does not sound like.
I hear nothing.
Oh, you got to play this, dude. Let me see.
You probably have to play it on your phone and hold it up to the microphone. It doesn't work when you do it through a computer. It kills. Somehow the stream kills that.
Let me try.
Mama said in our turn, man.
Let me see.
Oh, did I say Mama tried? Yeah, I know what you're saying now. You're talking about Merle Haggard. Mama tried. Good job. Good job. I forgot about that. And I know that song well. Let me write that down.
Well, I can't do it.
You can't play it off your phone?
I'm going to shift it over, but I can't.
You can't play it off your phone? Oh.
Huh?
You can't play it on your phone and hold up to the speaker or the microphone? That might work. I was
holding my mic up to the speaker over there.
But it's not going to do that because we're in the stream. It kills that, so it don't backfeed on you.
Oh, okay.
It shuts that part down.
Outside in the desert, once.
Just do a little portion of it. You don't have to do the whole thing.
Metallica.
I just wanted to see because you said we couldn't hear it because it kills that, so it doesn't give us that crazy screeching sound and everything else.
You hear that?
Kinda. I can hear it now.
Told me when I was young, son, your life's an open book. Don't close it till it's done.
That's pretty good.
Brightest flame looks quickest. That's what I heard her say. Sun's hot, so it's better. I must find my way. Let my heart.
Very different. Very different. Who knew, man? I honestly didn't know that. I didn't know that.
That is good stuff right there.
So we learned something tonight, and we'll have to keep those song titles coming in because there's probably thousands. But
yes.
But those, I knew some of them I didn't know. I looked at the list and I'm like, I don't remember that. Some of them I was like, because I had like 4 or 5 on top of my head. I was like, okay, I got that. Kind of came to me today. And I was thinking that'd be good to talk about tonight. Prod our brains a little bit.
I got another good one to talk about. You ready?
I'm ready.
Now, I'm just going to make a list. I hadn't really thought about this where you was going with this, but I got some here that would kind of go along with, and I'll write down as we get them. Songs that have dog names or talking about their dog.
A dog named Jake. That was a country song, wasn't it?
It was Feed Jake.
No, it wasn't Feed Jake, was it?
by Pirates of the Mississippi.
No, it's not
Now
Pirates.
lay me
No, no,
down.
no, no. It's a total different song.
Okay.
I'm talking about the guy that's in the pickup truck with his dog. It wasn't Pirates of Mississippi. It was another artist.
That was it. He
No,
had
no,
a
no.
dog in his pickup.
Well, a lot of people have dogs in their pickups. I don't remember being Pirates of Mississippi. It was another artist, solo artist. It might have been Jake, but there's another song because I remember.
Okay. We got Feed Jake.
I remember that song, but I think it was another one because it
Okay.
was a solo artist, if I remember right. Anyway,
Hoyt
it's country.
Axton.
I remember him. I don't remember the song.
Well, there's a real famous one by your mother's favorite artist.
I don't remember it.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Oh, Hound Dog. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
You and B and a dog named Boo. Me and you and a dog named Boo. That's a good one. That's awesome. I hadn't even thought of that.
By the way, Chris is out. You know, he. I can't wait for him to come back. I'm going to divert here for just a second, but Chris is out here roaming through our. He's been doing this all day. He's roaming through our streams, and he's liking things and making comments. And he's in X 5 minutes ago. I'm busting you, Chris, if you hear this. He's in X under his Tennessee Pickers show, and he just liked the promo with Chickbait. And he did that under X. But this morning, he was almost certain that he was in Clapper and was locking it over there. So Chris is he's like a shark out there roaming around right now, and giving us likes and stuff. And I appreciate that, Chris. But dang, we miss you. Yeah, it was 14 hours ago. It had to have been right after I posted that thing. Not too long. And he gave it a like. And I don't know if you can see that. I'll see if I can hold that up. Where he has the Tennessee Pickers has the T in like Tennessee. Let's see if I can get the glare out of it. See that? About right there. That's Chris. Yeah. And if you go over to what was I say, X? If you go over to X, this is 5 minutes ago. So while we're on the air, he's out there at the very top of my likes there. That's get the glare out. That's him.
See him again.
It's him again.
Yeah.
And he followed. That's what he said. I followed her. So like he went to YouTube, I think, and followed. So I just gave him like a heart symbol. Chris, I love you. The mad scientist is close to return. I'm telling you.
Yes, he is.
So glad to see that. If he's starting to get active out there, he's starting to, get out there and going. I love it, man. I had to say that. I mean, I miss Chris. I really do.
Yes.
Man, I miss Chris.
Hey, I miss my ugly brother-in-law too.
Well, that boy went through a month solid of, pure medical crazy.
You ain't
at least
kidding.
A month, maybe 6 weeks.
Gypsy Joe and Me by Dolly. You're right. That's another one.
Gypsy Joe. Who's the dog?
Gypsy Joe.
Gypsy Joe is a dog. I didn't remember that.
Yeah, and Gypsy Joe and Me.
Gypsy is Gypsy Joe just the dog, or is there two dogs? Gypsy and Joe?
No, it's two dogs. It's one dog.
It's Gypsy one dog. Joe. Gypsy Joe and Me. How come the dog has two names? Gypsy Joe.
I don't know, because Dolly has named it.
Gypsy Joe.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't even know if I've ever heard that song. I've heard the title. I don't know if I've heard that. Maybe
there was a woman. You know how they do the dog shows and they teach the dog tricks and they walk between their legs and they get up and they on their back feet and they dance with them and all that. There was a lady did a routine to that song that was just awesome. It was awesome, dude. Black Dog. Who sings that one?
That's Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job there, Tar Man. That is a rockin' Led Zeppelin song, Black Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's
What,
on it.
Dog Day Afternoon? Wasn't that one?
That was a movie. I don't know if that was a song, but it was a movie, Dog Day Afternoon.
Okay.
That's a crazy movie. Al
Yeah.
Pacino and I can't think of the other actor's name. That's where they go in to rob the bank. I still remember that other actor. He's like, now everybody's got to go to the bathroom. I love that. That just cracks me up. This guy's robbing a bank, and he's like, now everybody's got to go to the bathroom. It just cracks me up. Like he let one go, and he's like, dog eat dog, man. He's on it. Tar Man. You deserve the stage on that. Bam.
Yeah.
The
got the Ted
Nuge.
Nugent.
I forgot all about that. I didn't even think about it.
Mm.
Wow. Didn't Travis Tritt have one about a dog?
No.
You're sure of that?
I'm pretty sure. I think I'd remember that. Not saying for sure, but I'm pretty sure.
You don't remember every song that Travis Tritt ever sung.
You're right. I don't.
I really don't remember. I'm just throwing that out there.
Let's see. Did Travis Tritt have a song about a dog?
Old Red, Blake Shelton. I don't know that song either. Old Red.
No.
Good.
Yeah, tribute to a dog's life anymore, but that's not that was a love song. No. But he did cover Waylon Jennings' song Where Corn Don't Grow. What's that got to do with the dog?
They probably just diverted to throw that in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sorry, but he is my favorite singer. I'm sorry. I'm not a huge country music fan, but that man right there puts it out there.
Who?
Travis Tritt.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Blake Shelton.
No. Mm. I don't think I know any of his songs that I just
By the way, I think I saved a photo I wanted to show you. I've got like probably 10 photos in my phone of stuff I've been saving, and I keep forgetting to get it up in the stream, of Travis Tritt. Dude. Let me see if I can. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can capture two or three of these.
Old Red. That's a good one. Oh, Tyron, I throw Old Red out there. Have you heard that one?
No, I have not. I don't know that I've ever heard a Blake Shelton song. I probably have. I don't listen to that kind of music really anymore. Most of the time I'm just listening to gospel. I'm not being judgmental or anything. And I do listen to some other music. I do, but I don't really listen to a lot of things. So yeah. I'm usually busy with the podcast and church and we go church. We have satellite, and we listen to their Southern Gospel station a lot.
I just thought of a good one.
My wife loves that channel.
I just thought of a good one. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
I'll type it in. Let's see. Why is it not going? There we go.
I don't think I downloaded that.
Who let the dogs out?
Yep. I forgot about that too.
Who? No. It was Cracker Jack.
Yeah, Cracker. Da-da-da. Yeah, I must not download it. But I got a couple of pictures I do need to put up. We'll cover those later in the week. But I do have a question for you, though.
Okay.
Is there an angry way to say the word bubbles?
Yes.
That was on a sign. They said you cannot say bubbles in any kind of angry way. I don't know. There's no angry way to say bubbles.
Sure there is. I learned how to do that when I was a kid. Every time Lawrence Welk came on. Oh, it's the bubbles.
That didn't sound angry. That just sounded like frustrated.
Well, that may be too, but
I'm just saying.
well,
They might have a point. They might have a point. I don't know. I really don't know.
Oh, Dolly Parton has two. She also did Gypsy Joe and Me. That is a song. I'm sorry. I'm messing you up. Puppy Love. And they call
Puppy
it
love.
Puppy Love.
Puppy love.
Mm-hmm.
It's another good one. Another good one to pull out there.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Now, wait a minute. I got a question for you. Now, we're going to go way back. All right. Move It On Over by Hank Williams. I think Junior also cut this song. Move it over, little dog, because the big old dog's moving in.
But that's not in the title.
Yeah, the dog part in, but Move It On Over is.
Yes. And I don't think that was talking about a literal dog. Although
the doghouse. Oh,
I think he's talking about moving in on somebody's woman is what I think he's talking about.
Huh.
Just saying.
He might have been.
Well, he had the guitar, he had some money, he had looks, and he had that voice nobody could copy.
Yes.
I'd say he broke some hearts all across the South.
I'd say he did too. Well, that was fun. We ought to come up with something like that every time on Mama Said.
Yeah, I like it. That came to me today. I said I like this. I've been thinking on it all day. I love it.
Good job.
Good thing to do in the second hour,
I think we ought to come up with some sort of trivia thing too for everybody. And if they get it right, then we'll give them a big old shout out.
You got to make it Google proof, or as close to Google proof as you can. There are things that Google does not know. Believe it or not.
What does Google not know?
There's a lot of things Google don't know.
Yeah. They're probably pretty good on most of the birth dates, but on some of the special, some of the celebrities, I bet they don't know their birthday. Like me.
Well, there's some people. There's controversy about their birthday, and they don't know. There's a couple of dates, and they don't know which one is the most accurate one, or is the accurate one. I don't remember who they are now, but I've heard of people in the entertainment world. They'll say they were either born this day or this day. No, you're good, Tom.
Do you know any famous people that you share your birthday with?
Not really. I'm sure I've looked at it, but I don't remember it.
I only remember one. Johnny Carson. I always liked Johnny Carson. Shannon. Harry Gross, 1976. Shannon by Harry Gross. Henry Goss.
I don't remember that. Man, Buffalo is just like running through Jacksonville, like, a knife through hot butter. Or
Are
a
they
hot knife through
passing?
butter. Oh, they're killing them, man. Ground, who thing? It's 27-3.
Uh,
Jacksonville's not a bad team. I mean, they're a really good team, a playoff team. They're just every time I look up, Buffalo's running down the field scoring touchdowns. I mean, it looks like a little kid's flag football game, just kids running crazy. I mean, it's just crazy. I thought this would be a better game, but Buffalo is fired up.
that's my quarterback too, isn't it?
That's your quarterback.
Oh. Maybe he'll break 200 yards passing.
Well, he's thrown at least 2 touchdowns, I think.
Oh.
Maybe more. But you'll probably beat me. I pulled out a guy and put a guy in. The guy I put in did pretty good, but the guy that pulled out had 3 touchdowns. Sometimes you just can't.
Yeah.
I was just trying to hurry up and get it in, and then I thought, well, I didn't put Bijan in, so I pulled the wrong
I
one.
just ran the same one I run last
It
week,
happened.
so it happens. We've had so much going on; it's hard to keep track of everything. But that's all right. These are good problems to have because
Oh yeah,
we're getting better all the time. So, this is one that I found. I don't know if I can do it or not. Sometimes I feel kind of pitiful, because I want to do something and I just can't.
poor pitiful me.
Yeah. And I don't know if I can do this one or not. I'm gonna try.
That's what this picture of ARA with this little dog. That's what that poor pitiful me. That's what that. I just pulled that up just as I said that, and man, that gets your heart right there.
It does. Poor pitiful me. Let's see if I can share this here real quick. This is me right here. Y'all, I love memes and little videos and stuff like that. So I got to take the banner off the bottom for just a second.
The only question I got is that supposed to be you or Earl?
That's Earl. It's Earl, dude. That should be it.
Yeah, I've never met Earl. We have talked through Facebook and Messenger and on here, and I think we're friended on Facebook now. But I've never met Earl, so I can't say if it's him or not. No, I've seen a picture.
Huh?
I have seen a picture of him.
Yeah. So you agree? That's definitely Earl.
Well, I ain't saying I agree. I'm just saying I've seen a picture of him. By the way, I didn't know the Jaguars fans have a like a Jaguar hat they put on. It looks a little dorky. I got to admit, I like the Jaguar, I do, but the Jaguar hat, I'm out. Come on, it looks like a kid thing. I'm okay with kids, but there's grown adults with these Jaguar hats still over their head. It looks dorky.
Yeah.
By the way, do you think the cheese head? Do you think that looks good on the fans? Green Bay putting the cheese head on there. You a fan of
I
that?
think it looks good on them. I'm surprised they got cheese big enough to fit on their heads. Did I say that out loud? I didn't really mean that.
You said that flat way out loud. Yeah.
If you live in Green Bay, Wisconsin, why would you have build a football stadium without a roof? And you play football in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Why? I mean, we've even got a roof on the one in Atlanta. Think about that.
That's not for football, though. That's mainly so. It is for football, but it's really not. It's for concerts.
Yeah, but still, they use it for football.
Well, they do because of air conditioning and stuff, but they can open it, though.
Yeah, they can. It's retractable. We're like that.
I don't know if it works like it's supposed to. They like to never got that thing straightened out. It's a lot of moving parts, man. It's different than most stadiums.
Yeah. But it's the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I mean, come on.
Well, I don't know. There for a while, it didn't. That roof didn't perform like a Mercedes Benz. I'll just say that. I mean, it may be fixed now. They had a lot of problems with that thing.
It performed like a Yugo at first.
A Yugo. Just seen a guy, the Jacksonville family's hat on backwards.
Oh, it's a rally cap.
That's your typical. Well, they're not rallying tonight. Oh, they just drilled the quarterback like massive sack.
Oh.
1, 2, 3 guys on him. He looks
Yikes.
very unhappy.
Mm-mm-mm.
He looks like he's about ready to sling the helmet.
Well, I hope everybody had a great night and enjoyed it in here tonight, enjoyed our games, and enjoyed our conversation. Because it's almost 9:00.
It is. It is.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you something. Jeb had a long day yesterday. Robert's got tired. Uncle Jeb about worked me to the bone going down to Wichita Hitchcock. We got to have that old coot on here sometime, eventually.
You talking about your wife?
No, I'm talking about Uncle Jeb.
Oh, you said.
Don't be trying to get me in trouble. What the heck? I'm good enough at doing that myself. I don't need no help.
You need to listen to how you said that. You didn't say Uncle Jeb was not even in a discussion. You just talked about how your wife, worked you hard yesterday going to Wee Hitchcock. And they just say, we didn't have that old coot sometime.
Yesterday going to Wee Hitchcock. You just trying to get somebody. Oh, my. Oh, that's not nice.
See you, Tar Man. Later, Gators. We're not Gators, bud.
We're dogs.
We're dogs. Later dogs.
Later dogs.
Let the dogs out.
That's right. Who?
Gators.
Okay.
I know it's just a saying, but
yeah.
Florida ruined it for me.
Yeah. Oh, I got it. Okay. See you soon, baboon. No, we don't like monkeys either.
I know, man. By the way, did you hear about all the sharks washing up on, was it Jacksonville's beach? Did you hear about that?
No.
You have to Google it. I had an article on it. I didn't get a chance to cover it. And I may still have that in my, I want to say it was Jacksonville. I could be wrong. It had so many stories running through my head, but it was a story that I think actually, I think of it and took it out. I had it in the stream. I don't think I got to it. But anyway, somebody, I think it was
several of them, more than 50 in North Carolina.
So what's up with that?
Near Wellington, bleeding from their mouth and gills. Cause of death still unknown. No visible injuries or fishing gear in the area.
That's chemical or something.
Yeah.
Something toxic, poison, something like that.
Yeah. Florida, a dead pregnant great white washed up. Shark had a few hooks in its mouth, but the cause of death is unknown. That was 4 days ago on the North Carolina story. And I'm not seeing anything recent. Well, that's recent. So could it have been North Carolina that you saw?
No, there was something in Florida, I thought. Because I was thinking it wasn't. But anyway, it matters not. It matters not.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that's that one there with the pregnant great white. No, yeah, gone. 13 foot, 1,500 pound great white.
Man,
that's a big fish, dude. Absolute monster.
No, Tar Man, I did not know that. It's tough out there right now. You're going to see a lot of businesses close up.
Yeah. Yeah, Big Lots is generally one of those places where you can go and get a deal on something or whatever.
Now, I'm going to tell you, it's my opinion where Big Lots blew it is they tried to get a little more upscale from what they were. And some of their
Yeah.
stuff got a little pricey for people that shop at Big Lots. And that one they redid down here in Fort O, I just quit going. The prices jumped, and they tried to jump into a higher kind of a market. And I just quit shopping there. I'll be honest with you. I quit. I used to go to Big Lots a lot. I just quit. I was looking for quick deals, and
Yeah.
you go in there and they I don't know. And the last time I was in there, they weren't helpful. They didn't have what we needed, and they act like they didn't even want to help us. And I was like, you know what? I don't need to come back here. And I didn't. I just didn't. Service was bad. The attitude was bad. They didn't have what I needed, and the prices were shot up. That is a disaster scenario.
Yes.
So,
And when it keeps going on and nobody tries to fix it, then you lose customers.
I mean, I can handle the dollar store going to $1.25. I understand it.
Yeah.
Now they do have some things that are $3, $4, $5, but I don't have to buy those things. But when you start jacking the prices on everything, and then you're, I don't know. It's just, it's and I will say, I don't shop at the dollar market as much as I used to. They did the same. I will the regular store, but some of those dollar markets, like the dollar store is one thing, but the dollar market, they did this. They did the same model. They moved in a bunch of stuff, jacked some prices up, and I just don't. I don't shop there like I used to. I really don't.
You know about Dollar General?
Yeah.
No,
the Dollar General store is fine. I'm talking about the Dollar General market.
Yeah.
They went all upscale more than they were. I mean, and the prices got, above what I'm wanting to pay. I mean, I go in there and I'm like, come on, man. I'm just looking for something quick. And it's not, I don't know. It's just not, I don't care for it anymore. A regular dollar store, yeah, I go in there, but the dollar market, every once in a while I go in there. If I know exactly what I want. I don't shop. Another touchdown, Buffalo. My gosh. This is in the first quarter. It's 33-3. They just scored. It's going to be 34-3. And it's just now halftime.
Oh, wow.
They are absolutely annihilating the Jaguars.
Are they just going to run the score right on up?
Well, those guys have got contracts that call for bonuses and stuff, so you can't blame them.
No.
They'll play into the fourth quarter because they've got bonuses. Every one of them players has got bonuses built in their contract. And even the superstars, and they have to. This is a night you pad your stats, and you for games where you don't get as much. It's unfortunate, but they're just going to have to fall on the sword because Buffalo's not going to pull up until late.
No.
Yeah, 34-3 halftime. Well, it's still 19 seconds left.
Maybe they score again.
Wow. Buffalo's looking tough.
Well, Buffalo's on it. We like it. Everybody, y'all have a good night. We salute you. You made it through Monday. Congratulations. Now go ahead and get on with the rest of your week, and we'll see you bright and squirrely on Wednesday morning.
Well, I may be on before that, but we as a group will be back Wednesday morning, but maybe a show that I'll be on before then.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I might have a little show I sneak in there too.
About cryptids?
We'll see after the hurricane gets through. Depending upon what's going on with this thing Wednesday night, we're gonna keep our fingers crossed. Do some praying. It's not supposed to be Thursday.
You said Thursday night, so I thought that's what you said.
Yeah. So I'll probably be cooking ahead on Wednesday.
Dollar Tree stock split in half below $1 a share. Wow. Well, there's a lot of business in trouble, man. A lot.
Yeah. Well, we have November coming. We got November coming. And all we can do is hope, pray, and vote. Hope, pray, and vote. All right, guys, let's see. I'm going to remember to do this tonight.
Yay!
This morning that I would not forget it tonight. All right. Good night. God bless you. Salute. And we will see you Wednesday morning. Dave may see you a little sooner. I might see you a little sooner. Never know.
That's the plan anyway, so we'll see.
We're going to roll the dice. Good night, guys.